The new mix 1079, 80s, 90s now. 3 doors down, it's not my time. And Mark Dancer, thank you for listening. Happy Tuesday. Some hazy sunshine, 80 for the high today. Maybe a shower later today, and 59 now. At the new mix. Tuesday is new DVD day, and the mix flick chick, Kelly Gingrey, is in the studio to talk about new DVDs. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
What's happening? What's out there today?
Well, let's see. I would say the big one, but really the one that people have heard the most about is called The Watchmen.
Yes.
Did you see that?
No.
Guess what? Didn't either.
Okay. You know, it's been kind of a weak summer for DVDs.
It has. It has. Yeah. Because it was a week, 6 months ago. I think that's what it, this is when they're hitting the pipeline.
Right.
So, but this one has a cult following. There are people that are definitely looking for a movie like this. It's based on a graphic novel about kind of vigilante superheroes, crime-fighting superheroes. Takes place in the mid-'80s. It's very colorful. It's got a great cast, interesting people.
Okay.
So if you're into that kind of thing, The
Rated
Watchmen.
R. Is graphic novel like fancy comic book? I'm
Yes.
not putting it down. That's not
No,
just,
right. And no, don't put it down because
yeah, don't hurt me.
The comic book people will come and get you.
Don't hurt me. I have a family.
Right.
I don't care what you do to the kids. Just leave me alone. No, I'm
You need a Watchman to watch out for.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a graphic novel. It's like a fancy comic book, with much darker themes usually. Right. It's not for the kiddies. It's not Archie comic books or something like that. So, but that's one. Okay. But the one that I want to talk about is called The Great Buck Howard.
The Great Buck Howard. I've never heard of that either.
Well, and a lot of people haven't heard, and that's why I want to highlight it, because it is one of those small movies, but with a very kind of quirky theme, and it's good for all ages. It's kind of a small comedy. It's with John Malkovich.
I like him.
Yes, who's a great actor, and usually in kind of sometimes darker things and kind of...
Right. Quirky.
Very quirky. He plays... Have you heard of The Amazing Kreskin?
Yes.
He's a mentalist.
I remember this movie now.
Yes. Yes, you do, because it was here for like 2 weeks. It went in and out, and I was dying to see it. I didn't even get to it because I had
it's one of those, they just don't know how to market it, and it doesn't find an audience, but I remember it got good reviews.
It got great reviews, and here's why I want to highlight this one, because he plays this mentalist, kind of like based on The Amazing Kreskin. Not a magician, they say, I know what you... And he was supposedly on the Johnny Carson show the most times, that kind of thing. So he's now fading. He's in his later years. Yeah. Well, Colin Hanks plays a young man who forgoes law school because he kind of becomes intrigued with this guy and enthralled with him and goes and follows him around and helps him. Well, why do you know Colin Hanks' name?
I can't remember.
Tom Hanks' son.
Oh, okay.
He looks just like him. He looks like a young Tom, and he is really an up-and-coming young actor, and he's great. And so Tom has a cameo in this. He plays his son's father, who kind of isn't real thrilled that his son has given up law school to follow this guy, this crazy guy around, who's now thinking he's going to go to like Poughkeepsie and Iowa and all these places. But I wanted to bring up this other movie with Tom Hanks real quick. That Thing You Do. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, I love that.
Yes, yeah. I knew you would, because you're a DJ.
And I'm a music guy. And
yes.
He's the manager of that early 60s one-hit wonders.
Yes, and that song, I need to find that song,
because
a good song. You watch that movie and they play it through the whole thing. But I wanted people to look that one up too, because I think you would like The Great Buck Howard and That Thing You Do, which is about 13 years old, but Tom wrote it and directed it and stars in it.
Oh, I love that. I saw that, and in fact, that's one of the few movies I've seen multiple times.
Me too. That is a movie that makes me smile.
Yeah.
And it's about this band. It's during the British invasion. It takes place in 1964.
Right. They're from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yes, they are. Is that near where you're from?
Pittsburgh.
Kind of. Pittsburgh. And Liv Tyler's in it. There's a lot of familiar. Charlize
Theron.
Theron. Yes. Yep. So I wanted to bring that one up because I think that
Tom Hanks. Colin Hanks tie-in.
Yeah. So.
Okay, sweet. All right, thank you. Great tips. Kelly Gingrey, the Mix Flick Chick, and we podcast her DVD reviews and put them online at mymix1079.com. Yeah. And send Kelly to all the summer blockbuster hot movies. What's right around the corner?
Tonight I'm going to see The Ugly Truth with Katherine Heigl and Gerard Butler. That's coming out Friday, and it's gonna knock The Proposal. That's kind of a raunchy romantic comedy.
Okay, fun. Get your movie review for that then. The Ugly Truth.
Yeah.
On Friday morning. Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome, Mark.
It is 8:32. The new mix 1079. Here's Prince.
I was rushing.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Good timing. It was like 4 minutes.
Okay.